True facts about the ECG. EKG? Well, does it really even matter? Nope. Okay, moving on.
This video is geared towards you medical students who clearly didn't have enough time to learn this properly, as a prof pretty much threw a textbook in your face every day. So we're going to try to break it down a little bit for you. The ECG is going to pick up the electrical signals from the heart, and it's going to look like this diagram here. There are three parts of an ECG wave, and it's starting with the P wave, which is where atrial contractions occur. Then we move into the QRS complex, where it's the big peak, where the ventricles are going to contract, and somewhere in there, the atria is also going to repolarize. The last part of the wave is the T wave, and this is where the ventricles repolarize. This now concludes an ECG signal. Now we're going to show you where to place the leads in order to get the best signal possible.
We're going to go over how to place a 12-lead system. So find your manubrium on your subject and find the sternal angle. The sternal angle lines up with the second intercostal space. From there, you're going to count down 1, 2 to the fourth intercostal space. V1 will be placed on the right side of your sternum, and V2 will be placed on the left side of the sternum. Then to place V4, find the midline of your clavicle and go down until the fifth intercostal space. So from here, count down, over, and that will be V4. V3 will be placed in between V2 and V4. V6 will be placed inside the midline of the axilla, and V5 goes in between V4 and V6. Those are your chest leads. Move on to our limb leads. We have decided to collapse the limb leads onto the chest area because they have a stronger conduction signaling, leading to a stronger signal. The first limb lead will be positive on the left shoulder to negative on the right shoulder. The second limb lead will be positive, the midline below the rib cage, to negative on the right shoulder. The third limb lead will be positive at the midline below the rib cage to negative on the left shoulder. Now for the augmented voltage leads, that will be the first one being AVF at positive at the midline below the rib cage to the middle of the manubrium, catching the average of the first limb lead. The AVR will be positive on the right shoulder into the midline in between the third limb lead, having an average of that third limb lead. The last augmented voltage is the AVL lead, which will be positive on the left shoulder and negative on the midline between the second limb lead. And that completes your 12-lead ECG system.